Hey guys, it's Frank from Cruising with Wheels. Have you ever run into a smack-talking cult cruiser? Well, I'm going to tell you how Kevin almost got thrown overboard in this episode of my Tales from the High Seas. Now, everyone has probably their own favorite cruise line. I mean, I know we do. Some people, like us, prefer NCL. Other people prefer other lines. I mean, we talk to so many people and chat on our Facebook and YouTube channel, so we know. Some people like, oh, I love Princess. Or Royal Caribbean. Oh, they're the greatest. Carnival, they're awesome. I'll never travel with anybody else but them. Well, that's great and wonderful. And, you know, if you pick a cruise line and you stick with it, and you're elevating your status level up and up and up, that's wonderful. But I guess the thing I'm going to talk about today is people that have never traveled any other cruise line. So for those of you who say, oh, I just love Royal Caribbean. Oh, they're just the greatest. I'm sure they are, and you love them. And that's all that matters, is that you enjoy your vacation. You love the cruise line, the staff, the crew. That's great. But if you've never traveled on any other cruise line, you have nothing to compare it to. And so that's where this story comes into play. It was January 29th of 2016, and we were on the Carnival Valor. And it was towards the end of the cruise. It was a sea day. And so Kevin popped into the casino to play some slots like he always does. And he was busy, you know, sitting there and hitting the button and having a good time. And he ran into a lady I think he had seen before and had, you know, chatted up. And she's like, you know how people are at the end of the cruise. So how did you like it? You know, did you have a good time? And he was like, well, I think this is going to be our last Carnival cruise. You know, we've really had some major issues. So he starts going down the list. About, you know, the handicapped cabin was not the cabin we booked, because at that time, back in 2016, they had different levels of handicapped cabins, which thankfully they don't have anymore. Thank God. But we booked a full turnaround handicapped cabin and got a modified cabin. And we talked about that in previous videos. But that just, you know, he was going down the list of, you know, he didn't like the staff, and that's not the crew, that's the cruise ship hierarchy, the officers, guest services, and things like that. The food was the theater shows, you know, we're used to live singing, you know, music. He thought the shows were better. Not Carnival's pre-recorded singing. You know, we're used to live singing. So he's going down the list of things. He's like, I think this is going to be it. We've done multiple. You know, we've been on the Carnival. Here we're on the Valor. We've done the Conquest. We've done the Victory. You know, it's like, I don't think we're going to do Carnival anymore. I think we're, you know, we like NCL. We've traveled on Royal Caribbean, Acosta. Princess. I think this is going to be it. So, you know, they're having this private moment sitting there in the casino when all of a sudden, from behind him, he hears this lady and she starts screaming, "Liar! Liar! Liar!" And Kevin's like, what the hell? So he looks behind her, and she's going, "That's a lie! That's a lie!" And he's like, Whoa! Hold on, sister. What is... Everything you've said is a lie. That's not true. That's not true. Carnival's the greatest. It's the greatest. You don't know what you're talking about. I've been on 11 Carnival cruises. You're a liar. And Kevin's like, well, sorry, but, we've been on multiple Carnival cruises. It hasn't been the best. We're not exactly, up here with Carnival. And we've traveled on other cruise lines. Okay, we've done all of them. And he's listing them out, right? He's trying to, take the calm high road, which, those of you who know my Kevin know that, he speaks his mind and he doesn't have the best diplomatic skills, but he's trying to you don't have any point of reference. You're telling me that all you've done is Carnival. Oh, you don't know. You're just a liar. You're just making this stuff up. And he's like, no, that's been our experience. Sad to say, it has, unfortunately. Those of you who have saw the video, my Tales from the High Sea Carnival Conquest Meltdown, know what I'm talking about. So she's just railing on and on and on. He's like, well, I'm sorry. I'm glad you like Carnival, and that's all well and good for you. We don't like them. They're not at the top of our list. And she's just screaming on. And he's trying to well, honey, you don't have a point of reference. You've never traveled on any other cruise ship line, so you really don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about they're the best because you have no frame of reference. Well, I'm platinum. I'm platinum. You don't know. And he's like, well, honey, sorry, but platinum crap is still crap. So now he's starting to get irritated with her, because she's like some crazy Carnival cult member. And I know probably those of you know what I'm talking about. Have you ever been on a Facebook threads for NCL or Carnival or Royal Caribbean? And, the conversation goes to, well, we didn't have a good experience, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden somebody pops in with, you don't know what you're talking about. And they start going, we're talking over the top, like you just killed their whole family. Okay? We're talking these cruise line cult members that you can't say one little negative thing about their cruise line. Don't you dare say anything bad about Carnival. Don't you dare say anything bad about Royal Caribbean or Costa or Princess. I mean, they're really cuckoo crazy. So that's who he ran into, is this crazy Carnival cult lady. So she's continuing to call him a liar. And then she starts going, I'm going to go get some officers. I'm going to find ship officers. And they're going to throw you off the ship. They're going to throw you off. You can't be here. And Kevin's like, girl, we're in the middle of the ocean. So go ahead. Go find an officer. But we're in the middle of the ocean, you twit. What a dumbass. And he walks away. And the poor lady who he started the private conversation with is totally confused, shocked. The nut job cult member is and she's hyperventilating. You could see the steam rising from her head. And she's just and she doesn't know what to do, what else to say, because, he's walked away. So that's where it ended, but it's crazy. I mean, people, get over yourselves. We're happy you like your ship. You like your cruise line. You're having a good time, but you know what? Not everybody's having the same experience you are. Move on. Don't become like a rabid dog, for the love of God. It's a vacation. Everybody has different experiences. Don't lose your cool because someone isn't praying to your cruise line god. I mean, that's getting a little ridiculous. So that's what happened. That was kind of like the ending of our Carnival Valor vacation. And I needed to tell you that. So on behalf of Kevin and myself from Cruising with Wheels, I want to tell you, make sure you subscribe to this channel and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And I want to remind everybody, remember, travel safe and cruise often. Oh God, I hope I did everything.